Shalom, this is Daniela from the Holy Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kakodash. That belongs to the apostles, the elders of great millstone that teach and rule well among many other things. And peace and salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad, four winds of earth, out there in the highways and hedges, and pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom. So, this article right here, of course, it was written in 2022, but, this is the spirit of the Heavenly Father, because these things that are occurring, okay, has been already set up from the foundation of the earth for it to occur. All right. And this is a beautiful title because, this has to happen in order for the end to come, for a kingdom of righteousness to be established upon this earth. Okay, same way how this kingdom was built up through violence, the same way how this kingdom is going to go down by violence. And it's a rightful thing and a righteous thing for it to be. All right, so as it says here, 2023 will be a year from hell. And it's a very beautiful quote, and that's why we want to be covered by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that He will hide us in the time of His wrath. I hope you can hear me. My throat is gone. And that's what we hope for. We hope that the Heavenly Father, okay, will hide us in the time of His wrath. Okay, and that's what we really hope for, because this is going to be a year from hell. Right? It says right here, Martin Armstrong warns of inflation-driven civil unrest. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Legendary financial and geopolitical psychoanalyst Martin Armstrong says the time to prepare is now for what is coming in 2023. It's too late for you guys. Armstrong's sacred computer program is predicting 2023 will be the year from hell. Armstrong explains our computers is predicting a war cycle that hits in 2023, but that is also civil unrest, because all hell is about to break loose. All right, and we continue to tell you this because this right here is going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, just because you know that you Israelite doesn't mean that you're off scot-free. Okay, the Lord said, find the old path wherein is good. The majority of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, and even onto the speckled birds, ye say, we will not. Okay, you want to continue to worry about prospering in a society, a kingdom full of violence, okay, unrest, just nothing but just wicked things going on upon this earth that is beyond what it used to be, man. Okay, we are living in some of the most evilest times. Okay, it says here, so you are looking at revolutions and etc because of inflation. Our projection in oil is that it's going to go up dramatically in 2023. It's going to be the same thing, I think, for gasoline prices. This is just not over yet. The era looks like death warmed over. Our computer is projecting the continued decline of the euro and rising commodity prices. With these sanctions on Russia, you just had the leader of Hungary say Europe is committing suicide. The sanctions are hurting Europe more than they are hurting Russia. This is like a shot to the lung. They can't even breathe at this stage. Armstrong says you are not going to have to wait until next year to see extreme stress and financial systems. Armstrong is seeing financial upheaval coming in August and September time frame. So the economic pain is already here and getting worse, especially in Europe, Armstrong says. I think you are going to see this come to a head. It's definitely taking more anyway. What makes things even worse for the world is the dollar doing up and not down. This is because you had all these emerging markets issue debt in dollars. They were borrowing in dollars because it was a cheaper interest rate, and they had no concept of foreign exchange risk. This happened in Australia, the currency swings, and now suddenly you owe 20% more. You had something with all these emerging markets. Now the dollar is going up and you are seeing bank runs. Armstrong says not only is the euro dramatically declining, but the euro bonds are being shunned by U.S. banks. So you can see here that the euro is losing its power as well as the dollar is losing its strength because it's backed up by nothing. All these are, it's like it. All, all these things are a real crisis. I could tell you that speaking to the top three banks in New York City, they refuse to accept any European sovereign debt as collateral. Period. That that is what started the whole repo crisis in 2019. So we are entering into a debt crisis with the EU financial system in crosshairs, Armstrong says. This is why they are pushing for war. They think they can create a new monetary system, and to do so, they need war. And that monetary system is that cashless society that they're setting up. Majority of the people, they don't spend money anymore as far as cash, okay? Because it's getting pushed towards that MOTB, all right, the CHIP, the R to the I to the F to the D, man. Okay, that is the MAR to the K. Okay, to the BEA to the S to the T, man. As it talks about in Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. This is what their main agenda is. And they're going to do a collapse of the currency, which they're doing right now, in order for that to be established. They call it the global reset. Look it up. Okay, they talk about you're going to own nothing, but you're going to be happy. The fourth industrial revolution. This is what they're bringing, okay? And how they're going to have people submit to this is by bringing war. And not only war across the globe, but within civilization as we see it as, Europe and America, within cities, towns, neighborhoods, okay? When you have a crash of currency where inflation hits and you can't buy your ordinary eggs, okay, or your chicken, all right, and it's too high because of gas prices alongside with the diesel. A lot of people don't understand that diesel is what is like the backbone to the logistics district, man. You take out diesel, how are you going to be able to get your goods into your stores? A lot of people don't realize that, which is going to lead to civil unrest, which is going to lead to civil riots, civil war, and then coming to a martial law near you or at your doors, man. Okay, Salakia, bit under the weather. It says here, they think they can keep it just conventional. Then the United Nations can emerge as a white knight and the peacemaker. You see, Pressure from above, pressure from below, order out of chaos. See, they're going to cause a problem and they're going to find a solution. This is how they've been doing things for so long. And people are catching on to it. But nevertheless, it's going to happen regardless, because this is prophecy, man. Therefore, we can get another Bretton Woods. You can redesign all the currencies, and when you do that, you wipe out all the debt. That is what it. It's like it. That is what it. That is what is on the agenda. You see, there is no way they can get out of this other than default. If they default, they are worried about millions of people storming the parliaments of Europe. You know, and that's true. There's gonna come in a time where they're gonna do that. They're gonna be coming in, man, because this is what they want, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14, and it reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." And that's going to come to a point where people are actually going to do these things, man. Right now, how you see people all so civilized and everything, because they are so comfortable with the convenience of this world. But as soon as that gets taken away, as soon as you take away the food from a man's table and their family, you're going to see some people turn into ruthless animals, man. Okay? For there shall be sedition, you see, sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, because this is what's going to happen, you know. There's going to be a lot of people that are they're going to rise up, and there's not enough police officers to protect everything. So you're going to see lawlessness, okay? And they're going to be, and the government and the police officers and your whatever, they're not going to be able to stop these people. And then you're going to see martial law being declared, okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because you're going to have FEMA troops out there sectioning off different parts of the city. Okay, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is what's coming to this world, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Because when hyperinflation kicks, man, not even your own neighbor is going to be a kind person. He's only going to look for himself. That's it. Okay? They're going to be robbing each other, invading one another's houses, man. For what? For food, for resources. Okay? That's what they're going to be doing, because there's no food out there. People are going to turn into animals. Okay? It says here in the article, there is much more in the nearly 40-minute interview. All right? So there's an interview right there. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get copyright. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 30. And I'm going to start with verse 4. Because this is talking about you. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, the 12 tribes of Israel. It's talking about you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the sons of Jacob, okay? And unto the speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners, the children of Jacob, may look of these other nations. Why? Because Israel had his seed with other women. Okay? You are what your father is. Okay? Salakia. This is concerning you, man. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. And this is exactly what's going on right now. This is that voice of fear and trembling, man, and not of peace. Yeah, my New Year's resolution is for 2023, I'm gonna quit smoking cigarettes and I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna go on a nice healthy diet. You know? Fuck what you got planned. Fuck all what you got planned, man. Most High is gonna show you he's gonna show you something. Because it says here, ask ye now and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness? Because when that time comes, man, you're gonna have even the mightiest men crying like bitches, man. Okay. And it says here, verse 7, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Alas, meaning also woe. Synonymous to destruction, but meaning mourning and lamentation, man. Right? Because it says here, for that day is great that none is like it. Meaning, you can't compare anything in the history, in the past. You can put it all together. You can't compare it. Even when you combine all the atrocities and evil things that have been going on, war and casualties, death, you can't even put it together, because the time that we're about to be facing, okay, is a time that this earth has not ever seen before, ever. Okay? Because it says here, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Like I said, just because you were Israelite doesn't mean you out of you out of it, man. I hope and I pray that Yahweh Bashem Shai has mercy upon me, man. I hope, man. I don't want to be confounded with the wicked, man. And that's what some of you proud Israelites don't understand, man. The Most High Yahweh Bashem Shai, he's only dealing with the elect, man. All right? And the 1/3, which is made up in America, the 144, the elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, an innumerable multitude, man. You ain't on that list, man. You're done. Ain't no wicked Israelite going to make it. Not one. Not one. Do you take that in consideration? How can you be so proud with your head so far your fucking ass you think that that you got it? It's not enough, man. That's why we try. We continue to do the best that we can to that we're capable of. And through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem El Shah, that he has mercy upon us that truly believe and hope for his mercies. So when you see these proud Israelites, just understand, man. The Most High hates a proud look, man. Don't worry about the wicked, but worry about those that are the just, man. All right, because we're about to head into some very, very evil times. And it says here, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's that? The elect, man, as I was talking about. Okay. So that's pretty much it. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That belongs to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, that teach and rule well among many other things, and to the elect that is scattered abroad the four winds of the earth. Shalom.